Okay, and now we're ready.
We got doppio macchiatos. We've kind of upgraded from just macchiatos to doppio during the trip because we're tired and we need all the caffeine we can get.
Now it's time to go see our friend David. Alright, we are at the Accademia, which is the home of Michelangelo's David, one of the most famous statues in all the world.
Oh my gosh, he is huge. He's 17 feet tall, and apparently it took Michelangelo over 2 years to create him, but that actually doesn't seem like that long because he's so detailed and big, and it's just, it's crazy to see it in real life. We saw a replica one last night while walking around, but the real one's even cooler.
Yeah, you always see it in like textbooks growing up and in school and stuff, but it's cool to actually see it in real life.
It's awesome. So we bought our tickets in advance to come here, and it was 16 euros each, and that was with a €4 extra per ticket to have like a designated time to enter. So we came here right at 8:15 when it opened. It fills up pretty quickly, and of course everyone's rushing to see David, so it does get a little busy, but there's lots of room to observe him. He's very tall and he kind of towers over everyone. There's also quite a few of Michelangelo's unfinished statues, and what makes these extra neat is that you can still see like the marble that they're in, like not chiseled out yet, and it just shows how much work goes into making these. David may be the reason that people come here, but this room is full of statues and it's awesome. We only spent about 45 minutes max in there, kind of just quick in and out just to see David and then kind of poke around some of the other areas. There were some tour, there were a lot of tour groups in there when we were leaving. So if you really want to learn a lot more about the art that's in there, you could definitely take a tour.
For sure. And if you're planning on coming to Florence and you're a big museum fan, art history fan, art fan, stuff like that, something useful for you would be the Firenze card. It's 85 euros and it's good for 72 hours, right?
Yes.
And it gets you into basically anything you want to get into related to museums and things like that. So if you're coming and you're just gonna be like us and go into one or two things, it might not be worth it for you, but if you want to hit up all the major stuff, then definitely check out that card.
I think it also lets you skip the line at some places too, so it has some other benefits. We don't know because we didn't get it, but we hear it's great if you, like Adam said, have
top of the tower. It's 223 steps. Let's go.
That is about half the amount of steps to get to the Duomo, and we're gonna be able to see the Duomo from the top.
And there's basically no one here. All right, we made it, and this looks like it's the best view of the city that we've found so far.
So I think climbing the dome was cooler, but I think the view from the top of the tower is cooler. Because it's kind of like when we go to New York City, we always go to the top of the rock so we can see the Empire State Building instead of going up the Empire State Building. So from the top of the tower, you can see the Duomo, you can see tons of cool stuff that you can't see if you're actually in it. So I don't know if I'd like say pick one or the other. I think both would be really fun because there's not that many people here, so that also has that advantage that this is way less busy. You can't get like as close to the view, it's kind of blocked off a little bit, but We paid 1750 euros a person to come to the museum and the tower, which is kind of a lot of money. It's more than we wanted to spend, but you pay less if you just do the tower. So if you'd rather just see the tower or you don't really have enough time to do the museum as well, that's an option, and it's less than 1750, but I don't know the exact cost.
When you're in the area, you can't walk by and not get them. So we came back to Al Antico and we got a couple sandwiches for tomorrow on the ride home, so for each plane ride.
We hear there's another great sandwich spot in town called Panini Toscani, I think is the name, but we've just fallen in love with Al Antico and we can't seem to quit it. But if you have more time here, definitely check out that place too and kind of do a compare and contrast and see which one you like the best. We are walking across the Ponte Vecchio, which is a very famous bridge here in Florence, and it's kind of reminds us a lot of the Rialto Bridge in Venice. So you basically just walk across and there's shops on either side. However, I will say this one's definitely more just like jewelry shops. I don't know why all jewelry, but so if you like jewelry, definitely come here. If you're cheap like us and don't like buying things when you travel, still come and walk because the views are really cool on either side of the bridge. We're gonna switch things up today and have gelato before lunch. And to be honest, neither of us feel really that good today. I think we're both kind of getting sick, but it's our last day in Florence and in Italy, so we're gonna power on through.
All right, first stop gelato today is Gelateria Santa Trinita. Looks good. I have, this is like a berry and I think crema one. You know, the name is weird. Not weird, but different. And then we're hooked on the Buona Talenti flavor, so we both got that.
We're determined to try it at every place now.
Yeah.
So we got the smallest size because we're trying to work on our portions, and it's huge. It's still huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have had a little bit of the Buona Talenti one, and it's really good.
Yeah.
I think I like it better than the Denari one, but not as much as the Strega Nocciola one.
Yeah.
So right now it's in second place. So we're gonna go get more just on the street now.
Our second stop of the day, and it's our final gelato of our trip. Is La Carraya Gelato. I'm sad.
I'm sad now.
Now that you said that.
Sorry. Yeah, so this place also comes highly recommended from a podcast we listened to called Extra Pack of Peanuts. I'd say 3/4 of the places we went to were from that podcast. The only one that wasn't is the one that's actually our favorite, the Strega Nocciola one.
Yeah.
So yeah, this place is supposedly really good. We got, we both got white chocolate with pistachio. It looks so delicious.
Excited for that one.
And then I got one, I don't know what's in it.
So I also got the white chocolate with the pistachio, and then this is like a dark chocolate inside with like an orange on there. So I like it.
There's little wafery cookies in here. A little crunchy.
I like it's got lots of stripes through it and bits and pieces.
Like chunks of stuff.
Uh-huh.
This is really good. We also got the small size, and it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's smaller than the last place, but we paid less for it, so it's a good value, and we're not going to feel super sick, so we still have room for lunch.
Look at us being good.
We're growing up. So I kind of wish that we had been getting the small sizes the whole trip. One, so we wouldn't feel so full all the time, and two, we could have tried so many more places. We would have had so much more room in our stomachs, so lessons learned, I guess.
Trav from Extra Pack of Peanuts recommends getting the small because it's a good amount and you get 2 flavors, so you can try them all. So
yeah, rookie mistake, but I guess we'll have to come back to Italy and try more.
Oh no.
But I really liked this place.
Me too. It was excellent. High up there. I don't know if it's gonna make my rankings or anything, but still,
yeah, it's really
very
good. Yeah, I kind of feel like it was really similar in like texture and like creaminess to the place we went to right beforehand. However, I will say this place has the advantage because there were like chunks of stuff in the gelato. So the white chocolate with the pistachio was really good because it was kind of like a pistachio like shell. You know, like when you get the shell on your like ice cream, like growing up as a kid. It was crunchy. It was really good. So the moment you've all been waiting for. We have been to 12 gelato places the past 2 weeks in Italy, all around Italy. What were your top 3?
Number 3 is Del Teatro.
Okay, that's the one in Rome. So it was our first day in Rome. If you have not seen that vlog.
Number 2 is La Strega Nocciola last night. Number 1, nothing's changed. Still the undisputed is La Romana. Just can't beat it for me.
And that was also in Rome on our second day or third day. I can't remember.
Second day, I think.
Okay, mine. It's so hard to rank them. I'll just say which 3 were my favorite, and then the 1 and 2 are kind of interchangeable. So I think I'll say number 3 was the Del Teatro one in Rome, same as Adam. Number 2 and number 1, I go between the exact 2 that Adam thinks, the Strega Nocciola from last night, and then La Romana. They were both just delicious and kind of a different experience. So I don't know, it's hard to tell, but I just love them both. You can't go wrong. I'd also give an honorable mention to the one in Matera, because I really liked that one.
Yeah, that
you
was
could
excellent.
tell it was like very handmade, and they just took a lot of pride in their work there, and it was super good.
We tried to go back a second time, and they were closed, but we would have if they
We
were
would
open.
have. We tried really hard, and the moral of our Italy story and vlogs is things aren't always open when they say they'll be open, and,
Have a backup plan.
and buses don't always show up when they say they
Buses
will.
don't show up all the time.
So we are gonna go grab some lunch. That's the end of our gelato journey in Italy. I'm very sad.
Sad day.
But that's okay. It's probably for the best. We both don't feel super awesome. I think
Yeah.
we've eaten too much food.
Still got lots of good food in front of us.
Yeah,
though.
a lot of food today. A lot of food tonight. Be prepared.
We're at Gustarium for lunch today, and immediately when you walk in here, you see the pizzas. They're like piled high with toppings. It's intense. It's a little bit thicker crust, but still the toppings are like this. And so you order at the counter and you pay by weight. And so they'll cut off a piece with the scissors, and then they'll throw it in the oven for a couple minutes. And then when they bring it out, they cut it in half for you. So another cool thing about this place is they change the flavors of the pizza every single day, and they seem all very unique. So we got 5 different flavors. I don't remember all of them.
So one of the ones we just ate had like fig and lemon on it and some sort of meat. It was so good. And then this one has like zucchini and pesto and nuts and tomatoes and cheese. And he said that the crust is really light. It's I think heavy on the water, and it's whole wheat crust, and it is really light. So you don't feel like as full after you eat each one, which means you can eat more, of course.
Oh man, I'm stuffed, but that place was awesome.
That was the bomb. That was so good.
Yeah. It's not like your traditional pizza. The crust is different. It was like a whole wheat, but it was like kind of a light and fluffy. I'm usually like a flat crust kind of guy, but this one was a little thicker, but man, it was really good.
And with how much pizza we got, with that crust being light and fluffy, we don't feel like as bleh as we would if that was like normal pizza.
Yeah.
It was a lot of food, don't get me wrong. We definitely got more than anyone else there. Typical.
Yeah.
But I
I
don't
wanted to try.
Yeah.
They had unique flavors.
Yeah, I
so-
think my favorite was the one that had like fig and like the copa meat.
Yeah.
It was just so good. The meat was delicious. The cheese was good. The fig was like a nice extra little like sweetness flavor. So
Yeah.
that was my favorite, I think.
My favorite was it had like chunks of sausage on it, onion and mushroom. I love mushroom on my pizza, so it was delicious.
The sausage on that was incredible.
Yeah.
I don't like onions or mushrooms, so I ate just pieces of sausage off, and if I could have eaten the rest of the pizza, that would have been my favorite for sure.
It was very good.
Really good. Go there.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Also, the guy that works there, I don't know if he's the manager or the owner or what, but he's very nice, very friendly. He kind of went through all the pizzas
Yeah,
with
he
us.
listed like everything that was in them for me. The girl that was working there was super nice
Yeah.
too. She brought us free drinks, which has happened a few times on this trip, but we don't drink and it's always really awkward, but
Yeah.
we appreciate the gesture so
For
much.
sure.
It was so nice of her. We are headed back to the Airbnb now to work the rest of the day.
But tonight we have an experience planned that we've been excited for a long time. We are going to Teatro del Sale. So this is like an Italian kind of dinner theater type thing. I first learned about it on a show called I'll Have What Phil's Having. And basically it's like a buffet style, like family style, like Italian eatery type deal. So there's a kitchen on the side and then a huge hall for eating. And there's windows that you can see into the kitchen, and they're all preparing the food back there. And when something is ready, like a course or a dish is ready, the head chef, which is apparently a pretty famous guy, he'll open the window and he'll be like, "The pasta is ready, come and get it," but like in Italian, so we'll probably not know what the
we're
heck it
eating.
is until we get up there. But apparently it's a really fun experience, and so you eat first, and then they like move the tables and the chairs away, and they kind of set the chairs up for like a show. Sometimes it's his wife that performs like a Italian comedy show up on stage, and it's all in Italian and you don't understand what's going on. But I think lately they've been doing a lot more musical type things, and I think that's what's going on tonight, so pretty excited.
It should be really, really fun. We've seen it, so I'll have what Phil's having is Phil Rosenthal, and he was the writer, the creator.
He was the creator and writer of Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, and so his show is on Netflix. So if you want to see like what this actually looks like, definitely check out his shows on Netflix.
Yeah.
We just love him in general, and we're gonna hit up another spot tomorrow morning, hopefully that he has been to. But we aren't totally sure like their policy around filming things. Also, we hear it's a pretty locals joint and everything's in Italian. So we don't want to stand out too much. So we're not taking our vlogging camera, but we are going to try to film as much as we can on our phones to hopefully show you guys what happens. We're going to cross our fingers that we can document it a bit because it should be really cool.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
Okay, the first course is out. There's a huge spread. Everyone just kind of rushes up when they ring the bell. We rushed first, of course. And we got a little plate full of goodies. I don't know what any of it is.
Thoughts on the first round? It's all so delicious. I was a little nervous. It would be like a madhouse and everybody would like get all the food and they'd run out, but there's plenty left over, at least for this first round. But it's going to be one of those nights where my stomach is really hurting because there's so much food in my stomach. Oh yeah. Got roasted potatoes, a little sausage, chicken. That's hot.
That was such a fun experience. We showed up, really had no idea what to expect. We kind of waited around for a bit. They let us in the room, and then it was just like a non-stop flow of food.
Yeah.
For like an hour.
Yeah, when before we went, I did kind of know what to expect. I've read some reviews, but I read all the bad ones for some reason. And so like I guess my expectations were kind of lowered. But like when we got there and like once I kind of figured out how it works and stuff, like I was actually like blown away of like how well it worked. I kind of enjoyed it where at a normal restaurant you go and they like serve you and all this stuff. I liked like just kind of fending for myself. It was kind of fun. And then the food was like it was excellent. It was so good.
Everything was so good. The pasta was amazing. It was probably one of my favorite like flavors of pasta that we've had the whole trip, and the chicken, the potatoes, everything was so awesome. P.S. If you want to see Adam read one of the bad reviews in a funny voice, make sure you watch the bloopers.
To the end, yeah.
we had a lot of giggles this afternoon. But anyway, it was just really, really awesome. Yeah. And it was funny though because we sat at the end right by the food because that's just how we roll. We wanted to be close to the food, and we had direct like eyesight into the kitchen area. And I don't know if he was like the head chef or what he was for the night, but he kept like every time he'd have something he would like look at me and point and be like, and like try to make sure I got everything. So I don't know, he didn't do that to anyone else. I think he like could tell we were excited and he just wanted to make sure we had a really good experience. So that just made the experience even better. When the other guy started like shouting, I like had the biggest smile on my face, and he just kept making eye contact with me and smiling because I think they could just tell we were having a really good time.
Yeah.
And the musical performance
it was awesome.
Was incredible. Yeah. We couldn't film that part. They didn't really want any phones out during that time, but wow.
The whole thing was cool. Yeah, all the people there working there were super friendly, and going back to that chef guy, he was just like he would bring something out and be like, Come on, like, come try this.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
It was just really cool. So, price-wise, we paid 30 euros a person for the food, and then we paid 7 euros a person for this, like, membership fee for the theater. So, 37 euros each, and I feel like we got, like, 50 euros worth of food.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds high, but it was a lot of food, and you can almost eat as much as you want, really. It was...
And we got a concert.
And you get a concert show, and it was cool.
Yeah. So I don't know. I can't stop smiling thinking about it. It really was awesome, and it was maybe even for the best that you read some bad reviews, because I think it made us even happier in the end.
Yeah.
But we are exhausted. Tomorrow we I guess tomorrow we do fly back to Austin. It's just going to be a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have a couple of fun things planned for the morning. So we're going to catch some sleep and get up really early and knock out a couple more things before we leave town. It is our last morning in Italy.
Boo.
I cannot believe our 2-week trip is over in just a few hours.
Man.
But we kicked off the morning in probably one of the most magical ways of the whole trip.
Yeah, we are at Piazzale Michelangelo. It's an awesome view of the city. We wanted to come the other night for a sunset, but we decided, we'll rearrange a little bit and we'll come over here in the morning and try to beat the crowds, and I think we made the right decision.
Yeah.
There's only a couple people here, and it's absolutely gorgeous sunrise today.
Yeah, it's awesome, just like overlook. There's tons of spots to stand, but I do hear it gets pretty busy, but the view is
perfect.
This and the tower have both been my favorite views of Florence.
Same here.
One's closer up, one's farther away, but like you can see all the mountains, and we got lucky. It's such a gorgeous morning.
Awesome spot.
As we make our way to breakfast, we thought we'd share a little bit of our thoughts on Florence. Although I had to work during our time here and we couldn't explore it fully, I loved it here, and I'm really glad it was our final stop in Italy.
Yeah, I had a blast in this city. Couple of the things that I really liked, obviously there's the art and the culture and the museums and all that stuff, but I really liked it that it's so walkable. And that's some of the other cities you kind of want to take a bus to get around, but here you don't have to. There's not a lot of cars to deal with. There are buses, but you don't really need them. And then also some of the food was some of the best that we had the whole trip, right?
Those sandwiches, the steak, the gelato, definitely some of the best food. And we walked like 30 minutes to this spot this morning. Was not a bad walk at all. And we're walking like 20-ish minutes to breakfast right now.
Perfect. So for breakfast, we're at Antico Forno Giglio. I think that's how you say it. Still struggling with those Italian names, but I saw this place on I'll Have What Phil's Having, again, the Netflix show. But the people look so nice and the food looks so good, and we just wanted to check it out.
Gotta support our boy Phil. So we got this thing. We don't know what it's called.
Of course not.
But we asked the woman working there, what is your favorite thing? And she like immediately pointed to this. She said it's a very like traditional Easter.
Yeah, it's like an Easter traditional pastry.
It's like rosemary and raisin. I don't really like raisins. I'll pick around them, or maybe I'll just become brave and eat them. But it's like sticky and it smells really good.
Yeah, apparently during Easter, I think you kind of sit around it, and it's broken into 7 pieces, and you eat a piece for each church, I think she said. So
it does pull apart. It kind of reminds me a little bit of like in the U.S. we have this thing called monkey bread, and it's kind of like little biscuits put together, and it pulls apart like this.
Oh, those are good.
That's really soft.
And sweet, and the rosemary's good.
It has an interesting flavor combination when she said that. I'm gonna need to wash my hands though. They're so sticky. And that is officially the end of our time in Italy.
I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Don't make me go. The past 2 weeks have just been a dream.
Awesome.
I mean, there have been some lows, but mostly highs, like 99% highs. A couple, moments of frustration, as to be expected, but I
told you last night, like, it's been a trip of a lifetime.
I can't like fully process everything we did. Like because we went to so many places and we went so fast that I just don't even like know how to comprehend like all the beauty we saw. It's just like overwhelming at this point. I need to like sit and reflect for a bit. Yeah,
it'll be fun when we get back home to just kind of go back and go through the photos and the videos and stuff, and just
I can't wait
go
for
back
that.
through it. Yeah.
It's gonna be awesome. So we thought we'd share, since we went to quite a few places, and if you've been following our Italy journey the whole time, we thought we'd share some of our absolute favorites from the trip. So first up, favorite city we went to.
Loved all of them, obviously, but I have to give it to the one that has so much history, so much like major attractions, and it was just like a cool city on its own, even without that. And I'm going to go with Rome.
Rome was awesome.
Loved it.
Rome was probably my favorite big city. However, my favorite city, what I've learned this trip about myself is that I love the big cities, but I especially love the smaller places where you get to like interact with locals more. There's less tourists. So my number one goes to Matera. I just loved it there. Loved hanging out with Silvio. Silvio, if you're watching,
He's our guy.
You're the best. It was just such a great place, and I just couldn't stop smiling while we were there.
Yeah.
Okay, so next is favorite activity that we did.
Favorite activity, loved the Colosseum, loved all the Roman Forum and all that stuff, but you know, we love the mountains, so I'm going with Dolomites.
Yep, can't beat it.
I know you
Honestly,
are too.
I love the Dolomites.
It's
that was
too big, too magical, too much.
Gorgeous.
Too much.
So gorgeous. We were mind blown, and it almost was bad that we started the trip there because I feel like it just blew me away so much that, like, not saying like nothing else could compare, but like I wish we like had that to go to after. I wish we did before and after.
Yeah,
like sandwiched everything else in between.
If you go back and look at the vlog, we're like, oh my gosh.
The whole time, yeah. It was just beautiful. So we're definitely going back to the Dolomites. Hopefully sooner rather than later. We have some plans to be kind of near northern Italy in the future, or we have some hopeful plans. So we're gonna go back. And then we already talked about our favorite gelato earlier. So then favorite food.
Oh man, this was such a hard one to decide on. So much good pizza, so much good pasta, so much. We had that awesome steak the other night, but I'm gonna go with I forget the name of it, but it was the pasta place right next to the Vatican.
The Borgiana
Pastificio Artigianale. That's it.
Yeah.
The carbonara, man, was just out of this world, and I can't forget about it. So
that was from our third day in Rome. So if you want to check out that vlog, I believe it's like our third Rome vlog.
Yeah.
My favorite food, it's so hard. I'd say that pasta place is definitely up there, and I also just love Alantico.
Yeah.
We bought 7 sandwiches from them now.
I bounced back and forth with them so much, but
I don't know. We had so much good food. Everything we ate was awesome. It's hard for me to decide.
Heck yeah.
So I don't know. But we have to head back to our Airbnb and pack up, head to the airport, and begin the journey home. We have some layovers. But I'm actually kind of excited. I like travel days. I get a lot of work done.
Nice, yeah. Like the train days were fun. And it's going to be fun today.
Yeah, everything was awesome. But we have tons of guides coming your way soon for every place we went to in Italy. We just got to finish our van first. That's kind of the next step.
Something big to do before.
Yeah, so we are headed back to Austin. We have less than 2 weeks to finish the van, and then we have to be on the road. So stay tuned, because as soon as these Italy vlogs end, our van tour will be coming out very, very soon. But thank you guys so much for following along on our Italy adventure.
Hope you enjoyed it as much as we
enjoyed
did.
it. We enjoyed it so much. We're really sad to leave, but it was amazing. Ciao.
Ciao.
This place is really overrated. Somewhat of a tourist trap. Lots of food offered, all of it mediocre. Not only is it buffet style, which I personally hate, if I go out, I want to be served. Well, we also had to bring our dirty dishes to the kitchen counter.